But what I meant by that was his formation is such that I think he does have a predilection much more toward upper middle class white brothers and Jewish brothers, and has a certain distance from free black men who will tell him the truth.
Well, welcome back to Harvard. That's Professor Cornell. We were talking about his words. Here he is trying to explain what he meant. That wasn't exactly softening it when he said the president's afraid of free black men and likes to hang out with Jewish brothers. Here we have the Reverend Al Sharpton of the National Action Network. He's joining us again. And Jonathan Capehart of the Washington Post editorial page. Jonathan, then again, that's familiar language. That's divisive language. It's the usual language of somebody building a political case.
Well, see, this is the problem with what Professor West said. When you look at the substance of his complaint against President Obama, it's real. I mean, reasonable people can argue whether the president has been forceful enough dealing with a lot of the problems that are affecting the poor and the powerless in this country. But when you wrap it in the language of race, calling the president a black mascot, a black puppet, when you start talking about how you think the president is afraid of free black men and how he's more attuned to his Jewish brothers and white brothers, what Professor West is doing is engaging in this Obama as other narrative that makes him no better than a birther. You've got folks on the right who question the president's citizenship, and now you have Professor West, who's on the left, who's questioning the president's black.
So interesting about identity, Reverend Sharpton, about identity, where people just don't let the president be who he is. They're always trying to transplant him, repot him into some other identity that they can then attack him for.
I think that that's part of the strength of this president, is that he has resisted that, whether it's come from the right or the left, the birthers or whoever, and he just, to what I've seen, not been intimidated by any of it. So I think that's why a lot of people support him. And I think he's no different now. Let's remember now, as much as I and others that have access to him and continue to march on outside have pushed, he's not saying anything different today than he didn't run on. I do think, though, it's disingenuous to say he hasn't done anything when you look at what he's done with black colleges, when he's done with black farmers, what he's done in terms of the crack sentencing laws. Now, should we see more? Yes, that's why we're still rallying and pushing. And he even said he should do more. But I think to act like nothing has been done and that he has not addressed any of these issues is not telling the truth.
My hunch is things are changing in ways we weren't going to see for years, but they've changed a lot in his election. Thank you, Reverend Al Sharpton. I had a great time.